So now with that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to item number 7, which is a request for a noise ordinance for Bella Vista Estates. Joanne Oliver.
Hi, I'm Joanne Oliver.
So,
I am not being picky just because it's my area. To begin with, I did not know at the time. I bought my house in January of 2010. Speaking with the previous owners, and he was in bed, and I said, why? And he says, because he can't sleep at night. Quote, I did not put 2 and 2 together until the second week I'm living in the house. I have to turn on 2 radios, the same station in my TV, to be able to sleep at night because my house vibrates, the floor vibrates, and it starts somewhere around 12 o'clock through 5 o'clock when everything quiets down for the evening. I lodged a complaint here, and the gentleman came out, but it seems that they come during the day, and you don't hear it during the day. It's when everything gets quiet. It really gets above the decibels of our hearing. And I question whether my vertigo that I'm getting is from this, because when I put my head on the pillow, it vibrates. And if I take it off, it's not as loud. And so it did affect Mr. Pennington's health. That I did get from Mrs. Pennington. Whatever's going on here, she said, is affecting his health. But at the time, they did not reveal to me that there was a loud noise. And I do understand that none of the people in my area have lodged a complaint.
What is the noise?
It's like, you remember the towels humming?
What's the cause? I mean, we have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a low vibration hum.
From where? I mean,
That's what I'm trying to find out. Billy has been very helpful in me trying to locate where it is coming from. I have traveled down A102 to the end where she lives. I walked up to the fire lane, going all the way down into the valley on the other side at 5 in the morning, and I have still heard it. But come around 8 o'clock, it subsides a little bit when the activities start. I have no idea where it's coming from, and without anyone helping in the evening or even anyone else coming forth and saying, yes, I hear it. Billy's only been able to go to a couple. The people down the hill from me at the road across from the water station, they hear it, but 4 or 5 years and they have never lodged a complaint. And this is what, so does the lady next to me. I need some help in finding out the people just living with it. And this is not right. So I don't know if they just have gotten oblivious to the sound over a period of time. Older people, some of them are a little bit deaf and they don't hear it. If you're a little bit deaf at all, I have a friend who comes, she can't hear it, but she doesn't come at midnight or when it's really quiet, and my house actually does vibrate. And the bed vibrates from the vibration of this hum, this low hum, that it's very deafening. It's really bad. And then I did want to relate to the public shooting. I've only, in January, February, March, a bullet came through my dining room window, directly up from the woods coming up that way. So instead of heading to the other direction, it headed towards a residential area and came through my dining room window. And so that concerns me. I didn't even lodge a complaint or anything, and so I inquired once with a gentleman who come around and says, they allowed to shoot in this area? And he said, yeah. And I said, yeah, not through my house, they shouldn't. And so I didn't know they were allowed to shoot on their own property is what I was informed. But I understand that's not allowed. So I did want to reiterate against the public shooting on your own property has to be headed in the correct direction away from homes. I mean, it's sideways. The house is this way. So the shooting, if they went this way, there is houses on top of the hill up at the fire lane. So the noise ordinance that I'm talking about, Torrance County I understand above the fire break, they cannot do anything, but if we do something in Torrance County where it affects the Bella Vista residential area, we are in a valley. I have walked the whole valley, I have driven the valley. When you get above the valley area, you do not hear the sound. For some reason or other, it's collecting down in the valley. Whoever and whatever is doing it, short of, it could be, like they talked about, a generator up in the hills where they don't have electricity. Well, that is also, has to be gas run with a fire problem that we're having. I inquired once about a gas generator, and they said to level it and put it on something where it doesn't vibrate the ground, because sound can carry, they understand, they told me 5 to 6 miles in a valley like we live in.
Well, I'm very grateful for you being here, Ms. Oliver. I'm a little at a loss because we certainly like to solve problems at this table, and I don't know who to call. I don't know who to. There's not someone I can say turn it off, or there's a fine. I mean, what other neighbor? Are you a neighbor of Joanne? Is anyone else here a neighbor? Are you Billy, who she's speaking about?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so can you sleep at night? Does your bed vibrate? No.
Except
Okay.
when my cat jumps on it.
Okay.
No, and I've been at Joanne's house after dark, and unfortunately, I could not feel it.
Okay.
I think what maybe could happen some evening, Lonnie, since it's your district, come out after.
2 o'clock.
My thought is possibly having a pail of water on her paved driveways to see if there's any vibration. It's a simple.
It does on my porch too, so I could set it on the porch.
No, it
Okay.
should be on the ground.
All right. Thank you, Billy, and thank you, Joanne. And I'm often accused of not being fair and letting some people just speak from the audience and some people coming to the podium. But if you're going to speak, you do absolutely have to come to the podium and just not speak from your seat. So, sir, please, if you could come forward. Thank you.
2 minutes, everybody else gets paid for 2 minutes. Everybody else gets paid for 2 minutes.
My name is Chad Hamilton.
How are you?
Very good. We had the same problem that she was having back home in Texas. I found out that one of the power poles on the transmitter, the electric, whatever the transformer at night, when everyone shuts their power down, it was boiling over. It was sending the vibration down to the ground, and it was vibrating 4 houses around that pole. So she might have the transformers look at and see how old they are, because at night, like when you shut all the electric off, there's oil in the transformer. If it builds up too much pressure, it vibrates and it sends it right down to the pole. Those poles are about 10, 15 feet in the ground. So it's going to send it, wide radius. That's why maybe, I thought maybe they figured that out on our house.
Well,
That's
thanks
why we
for-
saw it was shaking.
Thanks for sharing that.
Okay.
That's good information. That may be,
We don't know when.
yeah, that may be something. Why don't we, that's a start,
Look
exactly.
at the transformer.
Um,
Yeah, but yours was a Texas transformer.
We need to be very careful with those comments.
Sorry.
Okay, Miss Oliver, I don't, again, want you to walk away feeling like you weren't served this evening. However, I don't feel that there is an ordinance or a policy that we could put forth that would solve your specific concern. However, why don't we start somewhere, and maybe we can contact the electric company and ask them to look at their pole. And I know that your commissioner would, be there to listen, and maybe, I don't know.
I just text the sheriff and asked him if we could have a deputy go through that area at those times and maybe try to look and see if we can find what's causing it. And so we will step forward and try to. As far as getting me out there at 2 o'clock in the morning, I have been known to be out at 2 o'clock. So
And vibration, right?
They're going there.
Thank you, Ms. Oliver. We're gonna move on to